What have you learned over the years in terms of choosing people for your production? What do you go by? Do you throw out little tests if you're interviewing someone, even if it's just in the preliminary phases?
Is this still rolling? Are we rolling right now? Okay. Little tests, yeah. Well, I wrote an article for Film Courage called 10 Things They Don't Teach About Actors in Film School. And at this point, I've worked with so many actors and I've been with so many performers that I pick up things faster than I can talk to people. Right away, I notice intuitively if someone's speaking from their diaphragm, if they are changing their posture to match mine or to match the tone of the conversation, because that implies a lot of body training, whether or not they are matching the tone that I set, which implies a lot of voice training. Are they speaking on my level, and when my level changes, are they giving themselves the freedom to take control of the conversation? How much are they commanding the situation? How much are they controlling their space? Right away I see those things. So, and it's just practice. I mean, it's just from working on stage and working in an environment where people can do those things, and then you see someone who doesn't. You run into an actress in Starbucks who walks up to you, seeing you passing a card out to someone, is like, oh, well, I should be in your show. Right away, I will know the answer to that question, you know? And if someone has those tools, that means they have the fundamentals in place, and it's time to audition them and see how they relate to the rest of the cast and how they work with everybody. You know, and on the production side, it's the same, but from a different perspective. And I don't have as much experience working on production teams. I have about half the experience that I have on stage, so I'm not as quick. But I know a great shot when I see one. My mom was a photographer, and I can sit there and look. And it is also, in that case, about how people work with you. The thing that was so great about me and my DP, Johnny Durango, is that we have a really easy rapport. His aesthetic is not exactly the same as mine, which means we're always giving and taking, which is good because we wind up with more than the sum of our parts in any given production that we do together. And at the same time, that happens very quickly and very smoothly because we give each other a hard time. It looks to everybody else like we're goofing off, but actually we're working. You know, and that's something I noticed about him right away. We just, that's how we talk to each other. And the fact that we can reach a consensus so quickly, and the fact that we enjoy the same things as we reach that consensus makes us good collaborators.
Because it seems like you do process information at lightning speed, whereas a lot of people may not. Mm-hmm. How do you work with someone that's slower? Not that their intellect is any less, but just they're processing things slower. How do you do that patiently?
I got to get paid for it. I mean, that's the answer. Building an ensemble has been a life's work for me. You know, you just met Gerard Marzilli, who is one of my closest collaborators. I've known Gerard for 6 or 7 years at this point, I think, maybe 5. I'm terrible with dates. A long time. Most of the time I've been in Los Angeles, or at least it feels that way, you know? And some of the other collaborators I've worked with, I've known for even longer. And it's just about finding those people who challenge me and who bring life to my work. Gerard right now is on his way. The reason he's not sitting here, you know, working with us right now is because Danielle K. Jones, who is playing Ro in Quantum Theory, is in Critical Mass's production of the Polish play. And they're doing a staged check-in for the audience today. And she is an intimidating actress. She is incredibly smart. She's also incredibly quick. And if I do not become a better writer every single time I write a screenplay, I will lose her. I know that. I can't interest her otherwise because she will grow as fast as I can and maybe a little faster. So I almost need to find cheats and ways to like skip ahead in my development. You know what I'm saying? I need to make leaps that I don't know I can make, which is ultimately what you want in a collaborative team. And if we can assemble, which we have, a group of 5 or 10 of these people, then everything constantly becomes better. Why are we able to create such a great movie in Quantum Theory, even though the budget's not that big? And if you read the screenplay, it's a science fiction movie without a lot of production. It's matter of fact, and it is realistic in its portrayal of the technology that we're putting out there. It's not cheating the story, you know what I mean? This is not a schlock production or anything like that, But the reason why it's going to be entertaining, despite the fact that there is no trench run, you know, no Death Star explosion sequence, and the reason why people can depend on it is because we have a group of collaborators that are athletic to watch. Watching them do their job is amazing and engaging. It engrosses you. And that's always been the foundation of great storytelling.